Hi, I'm Nate Bronner with the Virginia Cooperative Extension and the Master Gardener Program, and I'd like to welcome you to the York Learning Garden. Here in York County and Poquoson, we have two learning gardens that we have for the general public to enjoy. The Poquoson Learning Garden is more of a full sun learning garden where we demonstrate different techniques and different plants that you can grow in a full sun environment so you can learn what you can do at home by going there and seeing what works for us there. Here in York County, we have a learning garden that's more of a woodland or shaded learning garden. It's hidden in plain sight. It's right along Goodwin Neck Road, which you can probably hear the traffic over there, right next to the York Poquoson Sheriff's Office building. If you find the Sheriff's Office building, you'll find our learning garden, and there's a lot to see here. It doesn't matter what season it is. Right now in the fall, as the leaves are getting ready to change, there's still a lot in bloom out here. So if flowers are your thing, come out and check out our flowers. And if fall foliage is your thing, you're going to see that here too. Learning gardens give you ideas. They give you things to think about if you're going to, say, re-landscape an area of your yard. Maybe you have a somewhat wooded lot and you have an area that you need to find new plants for. Why not come out here and check out what we have growing so you can envision what that mature plant is going to look like when it comes to your yard. It's an area to see what different flowers might look like, to get ideas that you can then take and apply in practice. And it's a place to get literature. Throughout the garden, we have handouts, flyers, and signs that can give you more information about what you're seeing and how you can apply that when you go home. Let's go take a look at some of that. The Learning Garden has lots of flowers, whatever is in bloom in this season, in this case, chrysanthemums. But we also have mailboxes spread throughout the garden, and inside those mailboxes there are flyers explaining what you're seeing and some helpful practices that you can use at home. As we walk through the garden and get to see all the different things that are in bloom in the different areas, you can see different types of azaleas that we have that grow in the garden, and camellias. You can see the ones that are blooming now, such as what we have right over here, the autumn moon. Or you can see some encore azaleas that we have down the road here. They're blooming both now and then later on in the spring, they're going to be blooming again. If you're looking for a specific kind of azalea, rather than looking in a catalog, you can take a walk through the learning garden and see what it really looks like when it grows to a mature size. The Learning Garden is a great place to come if you'd like to add a little splash of color to your garden and would like to see what that would look like, whether it's lantana or black and blue salvia, albelia, different types of vincas or sunflowers, cleome, or other flowers. The Learning Garden is a great place to come to get ideas and see what those look like before you do the work of putting these flowers into your garden. Beyond the flowers that we have throughout the garden, we also have an herb garden here. Here's where you can get an idea for the type of herbs that you can grow at home and what they look like as full-grown plants. From rosemary and lavender to thyme and oregano, yarrow. There are tons of different herbs that grow all over here. You can see, for example, what a fully grown rosemary plant looks like when you grow it in your garden. Rosemary is a great herb, not just for cooking, but most of our fragrant herbs are great deterrents to mosquitoes hanging out in your yard. Who wouldn't want that? There are a lot of parts to the York Learning Garden. And one trip through and one video is not going to show you all the different parts of it. But here's another area that might be of interest to you. We have compost bins here. Fall is a great time to start composting. Now you don't have to make it as nice and contained as these compost bins. You can have a compost pile in your backyard, or even buy some commercial tumblers that you can use. We have examples of that here too. But bins like this are an excellent way to keep things tidy and to turn all of those food waste, all of that food waste, and even some of the yard waste that you have from your yard into fresh, rich soil and compost that you can then use to amend your garden beds at home. It's a fantastic way to reduce reuse, and recycle, and take those nutrients rather than sending them to the city landfill or the county landfill to be able to use them right again in your garden. I encourage you to come out here to the Learning Garden. There are beautiful trails to walk on. It's always interesting to see what's changing from week to week as the leaves turn color and change and then drop from the trees, or different flowers start blooming or finish blooming. It's always open and it's always right here for you. If you'd like any more information, you can contact the Virginia Cooperative Extension Office at 890-4940. Alternatively, you can go online to yorkcounty.gov/VCE for Virginia Cooperative Extension.